Hi, I'm Darcy. Joining me today is Paul Lemieux, who is a family liaison with Mainstay. Today, Paul and I will be talking about ways to ease the transition when your family member moves to supportive housing, such as homes offered through Mainstay. So, Paul, we wanted to start with asking you, what are some helpful things that parents and caregivers should do when they're helping their adult child transition to one of Mainstay's supportive houses?
Sure. So I liken the transition that this group is going through to almost somebody who's going to college. You have to start planning. Planning is the word. You can't wait until, the week before you want to move. You need to really start planning, not just months, but in some cases it's years in advance. And so, that to me is the key word. It's just kind of planning and really try to assess what it is, not that you want as a parent, but what it is that your loved one wants. And that's the biggest challenge. I think that for anybody going through this is that you have to kind of shift your thinking and take yourself out of the driver's seat. And so what do you think your loved one's hopes and dreams are going to be? What will help them to, as they go through becoming an adult, what will be the best environment to give them, a really enriched life of their own. So,
very good. So when you're asked, like, how far in advance should these conversations surrounding a move take place, basically never too soon?
Never too soon. And there are some states, in doing some research on our end, is some states tell you at age 14 you're starting to have these thoughts. There's a lot to it, because you need to talk about how you're going to pay for it, what route you're going to go. If you're going to go private pay, which is the Mainstay way, versus trying to go through a state system, then you need to have that equation of how will you pay for it. But I would say if 3 years in advance is a good middle ground that you should start having conversations. So.
And I know that one of the things that happens at Mainstay a lot is you see a lot of people touring the homes and checking them out for themselves. Why do you think that is so important to schedule a tour prior to a move?
Oh my God, it's everything. It's the most valuable thing that you can do, because as a parent, you'll get some peace and some comfort as to what's going on. But your loved one also gets to see who's in the home now. So it's not like you're going to see an empty apartment. You're going to see a home, a community, and you'll be able to see who's living there. You'll be able to see activities that are going on. We encourage that people come and have dinner with the group so they can see how that all unfolds, the planning that goes on for dinner, and then, the banter, just the community that takes place. So I encourage you to take that visit. If you can we have Zoom tours that you can take, but there's nothing like taking the time to, just go and walk through the buildings, walk through all of our buildings. We're welcome, but that is vital. That's an advantage that you don't get. If you're going to college, you don't get to walk your dorm. Here, you get to do that. So that absolutely vital. Thank you for asking that question.
Oh, certainly. So after someone moves into their home with a Mainstay, a Mainstay home, how often do you recommend parents and caregivers communicate with their loved ones in terms of, phone calls, texts, and even visits?
You're asking a parent how often my kid should be communicating with me. Right? It's what do you feel comfortable with? Right? What is your loved one going to feel comfortable? There are some that come and they want to talk to mom and dad every day. Whatever works best for you and your loved one. We have some that come and they'll sleep, and then they want to have dinner with mom and dad. That's okay. Mm-hmm. In time they'll settle in, they'll find their way. But it's what's ever the most comfortable. Remember, what we're trying to do is help somebody to take them from, literally living supported all the way through becoming an adult and an independent adult. And believe me, they want it as much as we want it. So yes, it's based on the comfort level of the individual that comes to live with us.
Okay. And how do you advise that parents and caregivers help their loved one acclimate to this new living environment, sharing a home with people to whom they're not related?
Yeah, so it's really be encouraging about the positives that are going on in the home. It's easy to point out what's wrong.
Mhm.
There's nothing is perfect in life, but if you take a look at, what this is a big step, and just be encouraging along the way and positive. I think one of the things that Mainstay did is they created this position, family liaison, because now you have somebody who, if there's a problem, something with cable, you call me
Ah.
and I take care of it for you. You don't have to worry about calling a landlord. It's that continuity, it's that support service that you don't have to worry about that. That's what we take on for you. So, it's hard to let go, but we try to help kind of take that handshake and kind of so you can each go into your own lives, so to speak.
Very good. And what role, we talked about parents quite a bit and caregivers, but what about siblings and other family members? What role can they play in this transition?
A lot of people that come to live with us, they're very close with the brothers and sisters. I was at a meeting just came from a meeting where somebody was getting married. And so we wanted to have a conversation with that person, just what led you to Mainstay? How's it going? Kind of their little story, but they're part of a wedding. So that's really important. They get to still be part of their family. We have, when you're part of a family, anybody can come to the house and visit. It's not, the families get to know what the combination is. So they get to know everybody in the house is what's going on. So it's, when you talk, I guess, when you talk about brothers and sisters, they're as much a part of the family as the other person. And so you just want everybody to feel like you just haven't sent somebody up to do this, to live someplace. That's their home, and you're welcome in their home as well. And our home, I think the theme we use is we steal it from the landlord. We have a great landlord that we work with, but our houses are homes. And so they're not just, we keep them immaculate, so that, it's when the person moves in, their room is brand new. They're moving their own furniture in, right? That they want, not something that, the school or institution, it's what they want. And then their family should be welcome to help them decorate it. They should be helped. If they want to come and have dinner, we welcome that. The families are key to all of this. So all families. So if it's brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, you're all part of our family at this point, once you come to live with us.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Paul. And we want to thank all of you for joining and watching today. If you're interested in learning more, please email Doreen Cummings. You can find her at doreen.cummings@mainstayliving.org. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Thank you.